Fire full. You don't know D Burns, and this is another episode of your favorite podcast, ShopTalk. You don't know, you can find us on every podcast streaming site, iHeartRadio, Deezer, Google Podcasts, you understand, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, everywhere. I say this every week, so I don't have to say it again. But I'm going to say it again anyways. Make sure you follow up on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, like, subscribe at ShopTalk JA. Now this week we have a very, very special episode. I don't know, from we go video, it's very special. This is me forward from. So we've had conversations about cars on ShopTalk before. You understand what I talk about? We've had conversations about the people who floor their cars up hills, the people who drive for months without coolant, and the people who put cooking oil in them engine and them little something there. You understand? So do me and Andrew have a little bit of knowledge about car.
And first and foremost, when I eventually checked the coolant in my car,
it was fine.
It was fine.
Me chew me can, me never call no foul. Cool, and I'm not calling anybody foul now. You understand where I'm forward from? But
what you're doing is foul play.
Okay, all right.
Crowd of people. This week's episode is all about cars. And when you talk about car in Jamaica, there is only one name that tops the list, and that is none other than Mr. Niklu Wagwan.
Bless up, bro.
Self.
Man, respect.
So Niklu is the owner of Skunk Nation and Fr3sh Panda. And today we are going to talk about cars with Niklu. You understand me? I'm forward from Ryan, Kingsley, and Doug, and myself. Because I'm not going like me a car, man. I know one and two things. I know so I can have some 13-inch rims for my car, or 15 or 16. But that's as much as I know. I know so I have a B20 engine in my car. That's as much as I know. You understand me? I'm forward from. So we are going to learn some things today. You understand? Niklu, what go and talk to it.
Burns, oh yeah, say, big up ShopTalk. Respect for the invitation on the show. Yeah, man. So what's happening today? You know, I don't know about the car.
The first question is when did you become so enthused by cars?
Well, like what I tell every other interview or most other interviews that I do, I'm pretty much born into this.
Yeah.
All right. But you know, as you get older, you try to find your own niche and your own market. I'd say 2012 was when it really started to, well, you'd say that you plant the seed at that time.
Yeah.
But at that time when we just started, it wasn't no vision for really starting a business out of this.
It was just some gas.
Yeah, just basically young youth. Me just done school. Me there around my brothers and stuff, and me start dabble with my cars and stuff. And then in 2012, I actually bought a EG Civic, which people would know as the Pineapple which is a very popular car on the Honda scene. I was get Pineapple, Skunk, and start do my thing. I just decided to say, I'm going to start Skunk Nation. Skunk Nation was basically developed now to push the Jamaican scene to the world. Yeah. So it's not that there weren't other companies out there, other brands out there doing it, but I capitalized on the social media era at that time. And from there, so bro, it just take off.
So Skunk is a type of engine?
All right.
A car?
No, let me explain to you.
Animal Kings.
That's a good question, Kingsley. Thank you, Doug.
Is an Animal Kings.
Because someone laugh and I put cooking on it.
I don't know.
All right, let me explain to you.
Them don't know.
Let me explain to you about Skunk. So, my car is called Pineapple Skunk. The name derived from it being yellow. And at that time, Conscience did have a song where it says Stinker Road. So that's how I infused the animal, the skunk, it stink, and the pineapple, which was yellow.
So
right. Okay. So that's how the skunk name. So you know, I'm nothing to do with 420 and cannabis and them type of thing.
Okay.
That is actually exactly what I thought.
So I saw the whole vibe, the startup.
What about Fr3sh Panda though? How did Fr3sh Panda come about?
Well, Fr3sh Panda now is like it's just like a thing we find us, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? Like I said, I was doing Skunk Nation and I was building the brand Niklu going along.
Yeah.
And I basically got an opportunity to get a space for myself. So I link up my partner Skrilla and I say, Skrilla, what you do? Him say, yo, I do not know. I say, all right, here, we're going to start something, so get yourself in gear. And him say, all right. First, I was going to actually call the place Auto Lifestyle 24/7. And when we went to register as our companies, the name was taken. And the funny part about it is the way I spelled it, I never expect nobody to have that. Yeah, so I did end up have a car when I did set up back in the day called Fr3sh Panda. Zine. And one day I call him and I say, yo, Skrilla, you know, so I'm not get the name for the place, you know, and he say, boy, John, I could think about it. So I drive one day and I normally build IG pages. Right, so I had a page called Fr3sh Status. So I say, yo, you know what? Since we did take the pineapple skunk from Skunk and made Skunk Nation, I'm gonna try to find something to do with Fr3sh Panda. So we just take out the Fr3sh out of Fr3sh Status, add the Panda, and we just say Fr3sh Panda.
Because Fr3sh Status wouldn't be as good.
No.
Right. So, question. You own both Skunk Nation and Fr3sh Panda.
Right.
What's the difference between them? Like, what distinguishes them as entities?
All right, so Skunk Nation would be basically a hub, like a media platform per se, that we push out the local automotive scene to the world, and we also feature people overseas that are Jamaicans. So our main aim was to highlight the Jamaican motorsport scene. Right? Fr3sh Panda now is an actual business that we monetize. So people come in, you want to get your car wrapped, you want to get your car detailed, spray. So Fr3sh Panda is basically a protege or a spin-off of Skunk Nation.
Do you guys wrap any cars?
Yeah, we wrap. I would say we wrap probably 80% of the cars in the island right now.
Damn.
Yeah.
So the auto spa part, what's an auto spa?
All right, so you know, in a typical term, a man say, yo, I'm going to go to the car wash. So the car wash is pretty much like, you would know, say, yo, you got to wash your car fast, right? But the auto spa would take a little bit more time, and it's just like a woman says she going to go to the salon. So when she go to the salon, you know, so she go there for a little time, right? You're not going to see her for maybe half the day or so. Which I'm not saying we take a half day to wash a car, but we try to emphasize on more putting more time into the car and making it more detailed then.
Quality. My car now, like if you go inside my car, it's embarrassing. Like because I don't have leather seats, they're like
cloth,
gray, whatever, and dirty. Like, so if I bring my car here, let's say on a Saturday morning, like how long? What's the exemption leave?
All right. So for argument's sake, normally a detail is done by appointment.
Yeah.
But if in the event you pull up and we can accommodate, we'll accommodate. And I'd say give or take maybe sometime half a day to a day, depending. If it really stay bad, maybe a day and a half. But more than
you probably have my car for 3 days.
No man. No man, we see some car in your side. When me telling you, so if me telling you what come out of them car, they wouldn't believe. Or ratness in there.
Ratness?
Yeah man.
What? Ratness?
Yeah man, a rat and roach a egg up in the car and
Yeah, Rasta Judge.
Yeah.
So my car not that bad. Okay, cool.
Nick? All right, so for the people who don't know a lot about cars, some typical driving tips. For example, the people who, as me say, floor them car go by.
Nick, Douglas and the next Douglas and the next
It's just a push into the ground.
No,
No,
that's
You can't let it go down. You can't tell people your business.
General, Nick, you see, all me I try to do is because really and truly, there are a lot of people who are driving, but they don't understand certain simple basics of driving. Like, don't floor your car up a hill. You see me? You go low gear. You understand where I'm from?
Right.
Especially you have 20 people in the car. So
It was four.
Yeah.
that's the car full. You understand?
We know I floor my car up a hill and nothing about.
No, it depends on the incline.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the incline on the highway, the Ochi highway, that isn't that high?
No.
No, I'm not talking that. Let's be non-specific.
Spider-Man incline the man I deal with.
So it's a very steep incline, and the person thought he needed a lot of speed to get up there. And the person, the person,
The individual.
Yeah, Nick. So
some tips, just for people who don't know. Some of the simple tips.
Yeah. All right, well, you know, the basic stuff, you have to check your coolant in the morning. You check your oil levels, because a car takes maintenance. And yeah, you might have a brand new car. Brand new cars tend to not give as much trouble as older cars. But like I said, For a man, we have a old car then, like a 96, 2000 there about.
96 Honda Civic, white one, EK3, yeah.
Burns, but never really. But, but basically, those cars take more maintenance because what happens is the seals in the engines wear after a while. If you're using water in the radiator, you tend to find it corrode after a while too, because most of the coolants, it's best to use oil-based coolants in the car. What the oil-based coolants do is lubricate the walls of the engine.
All right.
The cylinder walls, the pockets.
On a particular episode, I had to call my mechanic on the phone because I needed coolant, and I think Andrew or Doug had coolant in the back of. I think Andrew.
No, I had the green coolant.
The green coolant, and I needed
the blue coolant.
The blue coolant.
Right.
What's
the difference?
Yeah, like why?
All right, well, the green coolant might not be oil-based, so it might be water-based.
Yeah.
Right, which is sometimes, in some engines, require a different type of coolant as well, because of different temperature levels that it reach.
Yeah.
Right, so like I would recommend that if you're going to put oil in your car, coolant in your car, you have to check the specifications of your car, and everything is on YouTube and Google.
Yeah.
Okay, so question. You said this is a Fr3sh Panda is an auto spa. Do you get that sort of audit when you come here with your car? Is it that there's somebody checking and say, yo, you know, you're using the wrong coolant?
All right.
That sort of stuff.
So let me tell you now, when we started Fr3sh Panda actually started off as we're just going to do servicing and washing, you know. I wasn't even focusing too much on washing. I was actually focusing on just servicing.
Yeah.
But because of the expansion of people coming in and querying and realizing, because even rapping, I didn't plan to go into rapping, you know. Rapping chose me, you understand? Yeah. But then no artistic skills. So the point I'm making to you is, if your car come in and we realize, say, your tire done, we're going to look on you and say, our skriller, our sharpman, which is the supervisors, they might look on you, even the workers, because them verse, they must say to you, say, yo, hero, them tire I want changing a bossy, or mom, your tires might want to be changed, even windshield wipers. Yeah. Those are very important, you know, because if you have crystallized windshield wipers, what's going to happen when rain start fall? You're coming back from country, the place stay away, and you turn them on, a bare streak. Yeah. What's going to end up happening? You can put your life at risk, or you can put others at risk. So, yeah, man, definitely we offer a full package, we offer the full service of, and what we don't offer, we subcontract, or we give it to other people that in the market that is good at that stuff.
Brilliant,
right.
Brilliant.
What for you find, because you have a lot of customers, what's the relationship with and you know, since we're all males here, you know, the man and his car, you know?
Well, let me tell you, this is a mixed community, but I mean, I tell you, most people that walk through the Fr3sh Panda gate, them love the vibe, them love the energy, because we really, when a car comes in, it feels like it's ours. So we try to spend time on it. I'm not going to tell you that, you know, we're humans, so we're going to make mistakes, and everybody going to get that one-on-one unless them really. And then personalities, men and cars, bro, you will have some people come in, them don't know nothing about car, like Uno.
Yeah. I mean, like he said that, Uno. It's not like you must say.
No,
it's facts.
Knowledge, but them money are the sensei. You understand? Of cars.
No, I'm so like him, so like sensei.
No, man, the sensei. We just have a passion for car.
Well, Nick, here, within the context of this conversation, you are the sensei, because I teach you. You understand about from?
Respect.
I always feel a little bit, there are two things me always feel slightly embarrassed about. Well, cute, not embarrassed. And may I adjust one. So the sports thing, you know, like usually I can't contribute to the NBA conversation or the Premier League conversation.
Right. NBA neither.
But like, no, I can. I can tell you who Kemba Walker is, and he played for the Celtics, and he did injured, and the people didn't want him, you know.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Because I take on the sports thing like a student. Like let's say the last 2 years, and then eventually fall in love with it. I actually want to change my attitude towards my car.
Yeah, me too.
Let me tell you why. Because I find that I don't know shit about my car, and things that mechanic. Sometimes I don't even know how much I can trust the people working on my car because I don't know.
Yeah.
And I also treat the car poorly in terms of
the maintenance.
Maintenance inside of it, like
Ratness on him somewhere.
No. Not so bad.
Not as far as
but I feel like, I feel like the car thing might just be like your room, or like at my house, my room can be dirty, but my bathroom cannot be dirty because it's just me going to go sit down and read my book and thing. Because I spend so much time in my car now, more than ever, I want to change my attitude towards how I care my car.
Right.
So what would be some of your, tips, and steps towards, changing my attitude towards my car?
All right. So you ever hear, I post this question on my Instagram and I say, yo, you ever realize that some car look like the actual owner?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so your car is a reflection of, for me, my car is a reflection of who I truly am, right? Not for everybody, because remember, you're not really a car man like that, so you're not going to really so in tune to it or whatever. But what I would say to you is, it's not hard. You just make it your routine. So basically, you have your car. So all right, that week, you go get it clean. Not even if it's Fr3sh Panda, but you go get it clean by somebody that you trust to go through it. And just maintain the car, bro, because like I tell you, images most of what is happening in the world now, especially social media. Yeah. Right? So
let me ask a question. Do you think the car makes the man? Meaning, we had an episode and this someone that say, nah, drive no Swift. Swift a woman car.
Yeah, man never drive it.
Man never drive it. So I want to know.
Tell me one them thing.
What that him alone him can afford? Like, why we are...
No, let's not the socioeconomic impact or consideration. So mine is a socioeconomic. If you can't afford Benz, you can't buy Benz.
Can't afford it,
But the car, when you look on the car, look on the man. Do you think it says, it tells a story?
Yeah, it does. It does. Like I tell you, it's a mirror reflection. And I'm going to say why I said, because say for instance, you can't afford a Beamer and Benz, there's still cars that match a masculine personality versus a female personality. So you tend to say women like Swift. Because a small car and them cute. You see what I'm saying?
Them petty.
Right, but then now, if you look on Burns now, with him Honda Civic, even though it's a small car, it's still a masculine car because man knows so I'm going to put on him kit on him car and set up him car. So yes, your car have something to do with your personality, and it's not the size of your pocket, but I was going into a place the other day and I stop in my car, I sit down and I wait. Remember sometime I must pull up and take a time to come out of the car. I say, I like a big brother in a walk. And when I see the man a step man, is a lick of me out and I see him jumping and I say, boom, but you see me? But it just look weird. It's like it just look off key. You understand?
But shouldn't it be okay? Shouldn't it be okay? Because one of the things we challenge on this podcast is toxic masculinity and perpetuating that conversation. So shouldn't it be okay for a man to just drive a car, any car?
So I'm going to tell you something now. It is okay for a regular man to drive a certain car, but if you're in a race world, you have to drive a certain car.
No, then it's because you're in the business of car.
Right.
So it's almost like if you're in the fashion industry.
Right.
Like I expect Carlton Brown to look decent.
Good.
I want to say something though, which I thought about, because I work in marketing and advertising, and one of my favorite companies is a real estate company in London called Marsh and Parsons, I think.
Okay.
And they have some ads that are really about houses, but you would never see the house on the ad. So for instance, you'd see your face on the ad and it would say 1 bedroom studio with surround sound, because it makes an assumption about it knows to match houses to people.
Right.
So it made me think about the statement about cars, of the fact that if you were to put everybody here and look at us and say, all right, what do you drive? What assumption would you make based on
you here now?
Start over there, sir.
Let's start up. But honestly, Burns would look like a Honda person still, not because. You understand? You look like you would drive a Honda too. And if it's a more high-end vehicle, figure you'd probably go for maybe like a, all right, so, and you look like you'd drive a Subaru too. That's what I feel. Right, I feel like you'd like Subaru.
Yeah, that's
Wrong, so I don't know what car them driving. You look like you'd drive a Subaru.
Subaru.
Your personality give me that Subaru vibes.
Sensei. But tell them the sensei.
You
But tell them the sensei.
So because of your attire, meaning, you probably carry yourself, you're going to go more, you're a more classy person. From when we pick up, you're not much classy, you know. I feel like you probably have that classiness there to you. You'd have got maybe like a BMW, a Benz, like that type of stuff. If it's a low-end car, you'd have more prefer maybe like, you'd have look more like a Mazda type of person. Them type of brand there.
Okay.
Right? You know. Let me see. You kind of have the same type of image like him. I feel like you don't like the Benz them and the Beamer them. Maybe an Audi. You look like you're a driver Audi.
What would tell you? As I said to him, I tell him, he asked me earlier what car I look like when I drive.
Look like an Audi person.
I think the next car I want to get a Jeep Wrangler. I don't know if it's something where...
Those nice.
Yeah, well,
I mean, most SUVs nice for Jamaica.
Yeah.
Especially the roads.
Yeah.
No, but he's spot on though.
He's spot on.
For my next car, actually, I interested in say Honda first and then Subaru because I actually wanted to sell my Subaru and buy a HRV. That's actually what I was looking
nice
for.
car.
Yeah.
Nice car.
Sonny Clue, for people who, because I remember when I was gonna buy my first car and I asked my friends and they gave me some advice. When I say, yo, what you think me for buy as my first car?
Yeah.
Zane, if somebody asks you that, what do you say to them?
All right, watch this now. Your first car is naturally the first car that you're going to spend your first big money on as your first piece of instrument or your vehicle, right? Because it's your first car. You don't want to go into something that, okay, you buy it, and then as you buy it, you have to start change this pan the engine, you have to start change that pan the suspension because that can be a drag and a headache. It can also be a stumbling block. Normally, I'm not going to say this. I go off statistics. And there's a lot of stats online that will show you that Toyota is a leading company. So I would say, all right, maybe you can work with a Toyota car. Birds have Toyota parts like crazy. You can go Honda. Again, I speak about Honda highly because the car with me not like headache. So anything I must get, any car I must get, must be able to can go down the road and get. So you have Jarrett's and Superior for that. You get where I'm coming from?
So parts play a part.
Of course, bro. Of course.
This is a clap.
I just get what was there. It was a little clap. Yeah, man, parts play an integral part, bro. Go ahead.
No, let him finish.
No, man. Go
But
on,
he
man.
was fine with me because of the conversation.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
You're cool,
So,
man.
but I'm just saying, some people would say the opposite of what you're saying because a lot of people are telling me a lot of shit.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, all right, don't get a new car. Your first car must not be too expensive. And I'm a mood person and how me want to feel. And especially in my field that I work in, people have said to me, boy, you have to show up how you want to feel and how you want to look and how you want people to read you. We're in the business of aesthetics. So it's very important. But some people say, no, buy an old car because you can scratch it up, man. You can do anything you want to do with it. First,
so that's what my just to add to that. That's what my friends told me, right? Because Ellis is a Honda man too. Ellis did have a Civic as well, one of the Civic like mine, but not a hatchback. And what he said to me is, your first car should be something that you can afford. To mash up.
Yeah.
You understand?
But here,
But I've also seen the opposite of that, where I've had friends who have bought very nice cars on the first go because sometimes the job dictates. It's weird. Sometimes the job dictates the kind of car you buy. And how you want to feel.
All right, let me give you a quick breakdown on that part. You say I'm buying a brand new vehicle. You see if you can afford to buy a brand new vehicle, I would say to do that. Reason being is you're buying a brand new vehicle from the dealer, more than likely it's going to come with warranty. So if anything goes wrong with it, they can replace it. It's going to be a little bit more fetchier on the side if you're supposed to damage it because the parts for it are going to be more expensive. But I would say if you can afford it, get a brand new car, especially from one of these reputable dealers. You understand?
Okay.
That's what I would tell you about my car. It was terrible. Like,
what kind of car you have?
HRV, but I got it. I didn't buy a new car.
Okay.
But I would never ever again.
Buying a used car can be a drag,
Buy a used car, never ever.
My first car was a used car, and when I got it, I had to change all 4 tires. AC.
You look at tires.
There was a button. I think the control thing for the AC wasn't working.
Yeah, the climate control.
Yeah, and to fix that, I had to change the entire
Bezel, the whole unit.
That was like close to $200,000. It's like the first 2 months, you know. And then I had some control arms issues that it's a front end.
Yeah, man, Jamaican road that fair, man.
So that experience with that old car is why I will never not buy when I get the car, it's supposed to be under 15 kilometers on the mileage.
I can agree with you too. You have a lot of people out there that like him.
Yeah.
When I'm really too into car and just get up and drive car.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest problem. The only two difference in personalities now is that you will have a younger person that's coming up. I would tell them get an old car. Reason being is that I'm going to have time to learn about them.
Yeah, because I've learned a lot.
Well, like it's a big a woman that she's what she'd say, secretary. For argument's sake, she's been working, and she finally want to get a car. I would tell her to get a new car. Yeah. She not going to have time to start all over for learn one car.
Yeah.
You understand?
I remember when I bought my first car, like, I couldn't drive it. Like, as in literally, when I went to check out the car, and me and Ellis go to check out the car, and I sat in the car because it was a stage 3 clutch. I've never driven a stage 3, a regular clutch me know about. You understand where I'm from? And when I went to buy it, me did fresh off a learning how to drive standard vehicles. You understand where I'm from? So remember me go in and go so on a lift up clutch and it goes so and me I say, and it start. The night I went to collect the car in the night. You see me forward from because I decided to me I buy this and I go learn. I couldn't test drive the car. Ellis have to test drive it to me and say, yo, Burns, this nice engine, me don't know what I mean by nice engine. I say, a big engine in there, I say, I just want an engine. You understand? No, because the car look good, you know. But me don't know nothing about engine, me don't know nothing about, when I say a stage 3 clutch, me I say, all right.
What that mean?
Me don't know what that mean.
Also what that mean when you're done.
But doesn't know clutch. You understand where I'm coming from?
Expound.
Right, so when we go to woman lift up, it style, same time. And if Ellis drive it and him say, yeah, Burns, get it. But when you get it, you have a learning curve. I remember the night when I buy it, I go to woman, me and Brown go around and Mona feet. Because I'm close to Mona. I go around the feet, I stall about 100 times. I go back around it, like literally about 100 times. And I say, John will start. And the next day, Ellis to me say, yo, don't drive the car up on the road yet. Do not. The next day, I have to do something on the road. I'm going to drive. And let me tell you what I do. Me and Clutch are best friend. Me and Clutch are best friend.
Right now. You're on
Clutch. Yeah, man, my clutch good now, man. But then, like, me barely ease up after that. My clutch did serve me for like one good year and a half after it never burn out quick. But brother, I never lift up off a clutch, brother. Me and when I stop back a car, me the weird 3 car spaces because the car
just
was
in case or anything.
Yo.
So what's the difference between a regular clutch and stage 3? And do you have like a stage 2?
That's a good question.
Nick, explain.
Nick.
All right, so what you know? You have different stages. The stock clutch, which is the one that comes in the actual car. That's just a basic clutch that the manufacturer would send. But then now you have a man like me, you know, and my friends, we love fast car now. We are going to find a way how to put power up on the car. But as you increase power in the car, you're going to have to start increasing performance on the car and modification. So when you set, for instance, you drop a stage 3 clutch in your car, it is more durable. It can take more RPM. So RPM is somewhere in the needle. Some more evolution of the engine. Right, so it's just like, in other words, then it built for take more hammering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the simplest way I can put it.
So what is that like on gas then?
It doesn't affect on gas.
It's just the response of the car.
Right.
It's
just more and more durable part of that car, of the clutch system that helps the
I guess
gears
I'll
to
never need a
engage.
stage 3 clutch.
No, especially with the new
Yeah,
cars.
that's that car?
I guess you'll never drive a standard car.
No. You see, all me do is me say, yo, you're not gonna, you see me, you're not press no clutch. That's what me say. Nah, violate, you're not press no clutch. Niklu, me need some rear suspension. So my coilovers, I think, well, first of all, my mechanic convinced me to put front springs at the back. You understand? My virgin did tell me, say, yo, front spring go around there, it got bouncy because the front springs are made to manage more weight, the weight of the front of the car. So now the back of the car jump, right? But I think the left rear strut dead.
Right.
You see me? What's a good brand of coilovers to buy?
All right, so for instance, your car, which is a Honda, you have basic brands that you can start out with for Honda, which is like Teen, Function and Farm, and then you will have the more higher end, which would be like BC Racing, you have K Sport, D2, those are some other brands. But then, you know, as time progresses, right, you're going to always have a Chinese man them.
Yeah.
I'll come up with the Chinese brands.
Yeah.
They actually have one and few brands that are on the market that are inexpensive that can work, you know.
Yeah.
But you're not going to get the durability out of it like paying for the higher brands, because the higher brands come with one R&D, which is research and development.
Yeah.
So they might not like the Chinese man that say, oh, they might build spring and
Yeah.
put things together and support.
Yeah.
So in other words, if a shock is blown, which is a coilover is blown, you can send it back to repair that one instead of
I have to buy an entire
set.
new set.
Right.
So I've been hearing about BC Racing.
Right.
We can go with BC Racing.
BC is an excellent choice.
BC Racing,
Trust me, BC is a good choice.
Let me jump back to Fr3sh Panda. One of the things we didn't explore is wrapping cars. Is it something, because there are people who will buy a brand new car and wrap it.
Right.
So what thought process should go into wrapping your car? At what point should you wrap your car? What's like the price point around it if you want to share?
Yeah.
You know, so pretty much.
And question, what's wrap? Is wrapping a spray thing or is it like a vinyl?
It's a
Yeah.
vinyl.
So,
Okay.
All right.
Wrapping 101.
Yeah, just explain what it is first.
So quick synopsis on wrapping. Wrapping is beautiful.
I've seen the picture. I've seen the picture.
Wrapping is beautiful. All right, so the pros to wrapping. One, you can buy a brand new vehicle and bring it come. We shell it down and wrap it. Wrapping is vinyl. So it's like, basically it's not spraying paint, it's a material that goes on the surface.
Like a sticker.
Right? It's just like a sticker. But
That lasts longer then.
well, I'm going to give you all of that.
okay.
So basically, you buy a brand new vehicle. The pros to it, you're not going, well, more than likely, you're not going to buy a brand new vehicle and carry it to the spray man to spray it over. Because you'd be, to me, you'd be a little bit crazy. If you do your research, you will realize Lambos are wrapped, Ferraris are wrapped, McLarens are wrapped, BMWs are wrapped. Why? Because when you spend so much money on a vehicle, it is hard for it to change the color. But if you buy that vehicle and you don't like it in white, we can put it in a color of your choice. Right? So it helps to protect the paint, one, and the durability on it from the industry standard is about 3 to 4 years, depending on the brand. You can upkeep it just like any other spray job, and it operates just like a spray job. Our next pro to wrapping is also the consistency of color. So, for argument's sake, you go so now, you just spray over your car, you damage your fender, and you say to yourself, rotted, I'm going to carry it to the spray man. When you carry it to the spray man, and I'm not knocking any Duke man in Jamaica, it's just hard sometimes to match a color. You just go so now and cut off piece of the vinyl, overlay it, you don't never know so the front of the car damage. You get it? So that's the consistency. Some cons to it is that it can be damaged like paint. Some wraps can get stained. So if certain chemicals hit it, it can actually burn it out and stuff like that. And sometimes you might see a little lifting on the edges. Another con to it is if it was a car that was sprayed over before, if the color of the clear wasn't outlaid properly on it and bake on it properly and cement to it can actually peel when the wrap is coming back off, depending on the brand wrap. So for me though, why I say wrap is a beautiful thing. When you wait on a car to be sprayed, so maybe like 2-3 weeks, we wrap a car like 3-4 days.
Well, let's talk pricing. Like
Pricing varies.
let's say for my car, I drive an HRV and I want to wrap that. That's not a car people wrap.
Man, wrap anything.
Put it this way, I'll just give you a price point. I'm not going to give you the direct price because
Again, you can do it in range. Not just range,
I'm going to
but
quote it in US because the US are run like Asafa and you say, you understand? So, for example, maybe a mid-sized car can range anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 US. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pretty much the same as spraying a car. Because
definitely.
you're going to have other people out there that tell us that them can spray a car for XYZ price, you know. But I'm talking a very good quality spray.
Quality.
Right.
Quality.
So in terms of wrapping, what are the what are good conditions and bad conditions for wrapping, like weather conditions? Because you know, like when you spray a car, you can't spray a car in a certain conditions, and that makes sometimes it take a longer. Come and say, yo, when I call the spray man, I say, what go on? He must say, boy, when a breeze a blow, you know, so boy, you know, and them because you understand. So what are the conditions for wrapping?
Wrapping can wrap in any condition because we wrap on a enclosed area.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't really have a drawback to that. If the time is a little bit cold though, we tend to not play around with it that time.
Why?
Okay.
Because it kind of makes the wrap a little bit more firm. We like when the time heated like this, so you find it more, it can conform better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Nick, I remember when I just bought my car, like me I say, and when people usually ask me, yo, can I engineer have in there? And I say, yo, you don't know it, you don't know the thing, go. Come in and you tell them, you know, I say, you know, yo, that's cool, we don't really like talk about it.
Yeah.
We really like talk about it. Yeah. Man, I say, yo, what ding glass you have in there? Me sure one at the time, I tell the man, say, yeah, man, a ding glass in there, man, you see me? I don't know one name, ding glass, you understand?
Yeah.
But then, like I say, it was my first car, so I've learned a lot from it, you understand? So I have a B20B engine.
Yep.
And that. Me could talk about engines.
Engines.
You understand? What your favorite engine? Because I know the B series them. If we talk about Honda,
No,
you understand?
I talk about engines now.
Yeah.
So all right.
What is an engine?
Yeah.
So the engine is basically the heart of the car.
Yeah.
I hit where the power did. I had a sweet spot that for the most part, you see me? Engines play a very big role in the price point of a car. So you can have a very nice car, but if it have a lame engine in it, nobody now gonna buy it. Right? So you ask me what my favorite engine is. All right. So for Honda, I like the K series engine. So let me teach you a little bit about that now. Those engines came in the 2000 models, like 2000 to like 2010 models.
Yeah.
And even some now, they come as newer models now in terms of newer models of them. But when you put a K-series engine all in a shape car like my car, like the small car, I like say even, for instance, that one behind it. Light.
Darkwing EF.
Right, Darkwing EF, big up yourself, right? When you put a big motor like that in a small car, you're flying, you're soaring, you feel every power, you understand? Because the engine is basically like the life of the car.
Yeah.
All right, so the BMW them now,
N55.
come out with a new, well, you have the N55. But then you have the big bad B58.
Yeah.
Right? So when you talk about the B, you see how I get like us. You see the B58, that's what I
Hold on, wait. All right. So I don't know what the letters mean and what the numbers mean.
Yeah.
Right. This is, I'm just smiling.
If I'm supposed to reference like a brazier, you know, say A cup is small and a D cup is big.
You're keeping abreast of things.
All right, this is how it works. This is how it works.
Yeah.
Engines start from liters.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have like 1.5 liter, which is what his car came with
I
original.
have a 2-liter engine.
Right, so 2-liter engine.
And I guess you can tell me what kind of engine we have. We can look on it.
What kind of car?
HRV.
HRV would have come with sometime them come with I think 1.5 turbo, and some of them come with like 1.8.
So do you have
Okay.
this information for every car? Just
No.
No, but it's a typical thing. It's a typical thing. And it's standard, really. It's really standard.
Okay.
Yeah, so yes, liters, continue.
Yeah, so you have liters and you have cylinders too. So you have here about 4-cylinder and V6 and 8-cylinder. And so those are the amount of cylinders that the car have. The cylinders where the power there.
Okay.
Right, so the more cylinder normally, like all the big Mustangs and stuff, they may come with some big V8 and them thing there. So you find that it have more cylinders. Cylinders mean that it have more revolution. You can push more power out of it, depending on what modification you do on it.
Okay.
Right, so let's get back to the B58. Those are the new type of motors that are coming in. Most of the base model, the M Sport model BMWs, but those are, people find a way to tweak them and do wonders with them. So that is.
So the B is, so what is
All right.
58?
Wait, you're right. So let me explain to you. I'm not 100% a pro on this.
Okay, no, that's fine.
But most cars come with a certain letter that represent the I think is a chassis or the make. Let me tell you, I'm not really a pro on this. We have to go Google on.
No, that's fine.
But most brands come with their own unique code. So like a Honda would come with like a H22, which the 22 means a 2.2 liter. Right?
Okay.
So I know for Honda you have the K20, which is 20 stands for 2 liter.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
So
but isn't the letter just the series of the engine?
the series of the
B
engine.
series engine. So
Right.
these are the B engines, you have the
Good.
D engines.
See, me
and
learn.
then so you have the letter.
Yeah.
And so after the series, you have the displacement of the engine. Isn't it?
Right.
A B20, B, and the 20 are 2.0, 2 liter.
Alright, so
Okay.
So like vitamin.
but I would say something straight. I would say this on air that I don't really specialize too much in performance.
Yeah.
I'm a more aesthetic type. of
Ricky,
person.
yeah.
I like
Big up that
and that's a
Big
good
up
point.
Napa Click,
That's
for
a
sure.
good point to segue on, because earlier in the talk you mentioned, you know, you were building the Niklu brand,
Right.
and I want you to talk to us about, you know, what you saw the brand being. You said maybe about 2012, you kind of got active.
Yeah.
So, you know, take me back to 2012. You're looking at Niklu in 2021. What vision did you have of yourself, and where did you want to take the brands?
All right, so 2012 was the year that we started the whole Skunk Nation vibe and everything like that. And to be very honest with you, there was no direction. I never like jump up and say, yo, I want to be known as a car guy or anything like that. As time progressed, it basically started to manifest itself and put itself in that way where I would go places and people would say, yo, them carried away post last night, but people DM me, and then you would have the younger generation coming up and saying, yo, you know, I want to get into cars, or I like cars, and I say, yo, it's good. I mean, I find that it's progressing, but I didn't find a way to monetize it. It was just a passion. And regardless of it, me not finding a way to monetize it, I still went with it because it's a part of me.
Yeah.
You know, posting these cars and stuff is like, I just love them. I love when people see them and love them and enjoy them, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Share your passion.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the latter part now, I'd say jump up to like 2015, 2016. I start to find myself as Niklu, the brand, becoming now more reputable on the scene.
Yeah.
This place presented itself, Fr3sh Panda, and then Fr3sh Panda pretty much kind of like started to give me the uptrend.
Yeah.
And then we did the vlogs, so I have a vlog channel on YouTube as well. Big up Skunk Lifestyle. That program now, bro, that program is, I would say that it provides the automotive scene with a lot of information, not only the lifestyle, but what people do to them car.
Yeah.
I mean, I featured a guy that have a ladder. Him take the ladder from nothing, him build it from scratch. So it now encompasses the Jamaican motorsport scene.
Nice,
You
nice,
understand?
nice.
And then with Fr3sh Panda, the business now, that's how where I make my living.
Yeah.
You know, so that is it really, you know.
Which is an interesting, you know, you have found a way to, you know, make your love for that aesthetic work for you as a business, just to
Definitely.
function.
So listening to you speak, I always say that I always try to compare. Not try to compare, I always do compare. Like when I go to the mechanic, what it must feel like going to the doctor.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there can be any of a million things wrong with
Yeah.
my car, and
Yeah.
I am not equipped.
Yeah.
You know, to know it, what
Right.
my doctor is.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that reference. I like that.
Hearing you speak now, you literally sound as versed as a doctor would in speaking
Man,
about his
respect,
craft.
man.
Was it that you were formally taught about it, or is just your immersion in it that gives you the knowledge base that you have?
Well, no formal training, you know, bro. I was even talking to the producer of the show that I don't even have maths and English in CXC. But life is not about that.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about how you apply yourself.
Yeah.
So if you say to yourself, so yo, you want to learn about car, I don't need to like call a professor anymore because there's YouTube, there's Google.
Right.
So it's just how you want to kind of like propel yourself. So that's what happens, and then you learn as you go along. I have a friend in Florida, big up Caesar. Caesar will tell you, because Caesar went to school for it. And Caesar will tell you, say, boy, Nick, sometimes some McLaren come, you know, and I don't know what to do. But him just, it's just, as time go by, him get better and better at it. And sometimes even the technicians at BMW or at Benz don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And he's just a little regular man figure it out. Because that's all beauty about the car scene still. There's a whole bunch of paradigms to it and different levels. And
So
you
Nick,
know?
outside of cars, you know, what are you most passionate about?
I love cars. You know, I find myself spending more time with wifey, you know.
Yeah.
You see me? I guess that come with maturity.
Is she into cars?
Yeah, well, she's not. She supports the passion, and she's one reason why Fr3sh Panda start.
Yeah.
I'm getting into interior decorating.
Okay.
That's I'm starting to like that stuff.
Yeah.
More time on YouTube now, full up of that something there, like how to make house look nice and things. So, I like sports in some aspect. I don't really follow up the Premier League. Like a lot of day, I wear a shirt, a Barcelona shirt, and as I pull up, brother, wrong side that, you know. I said, bro, come on, man, you're taking this thing too serious. You know, so, I don't really, I eat, sleep.
Cars.
Yeah, I eat, sleep, cars. I mean, that's the core business right now, and if tomorrow morning I make $1 million, I carry it, I go buy.
It's with passion though, whenever I think about passion, I always think about like challenges as well. And I just want to whether it's from the initial falling in love with the car to setting up your business, what are some challenges
All right, so a lot of challenges that faces that some work I physically don't. I don't physically do the work on the cars. So sometimes, like, for instance, let's just use a spray job for argument's sake. You get a job to do a car, but the finish don't come out how you want it to come out. And then the challenge of now, how am I going to get the finish to become better? Because the customer will come, he will see it. You have a big name on road, so how do you? So with everything, bro, I mean, anything at all you're doing, I'm sure there's something to Usain Bolt before I run. He might feel nervous if he buck him toe up on the track or whatever, but the long and short about it is that life is not perfect. Yeah. So with understanding that life not perfect, you just try to gain knowledge as you go along to kind of try to perfect it then.
So Nick, growing up, we're all taught, formal schooling and whatever. Yeah. I mean, the government, I don't want to get too political, but we are designed to become employees, pretty much. So we are taught that we're supposed to get the education, get into corporate, or get into the public sector.
I don't think we're designed to be employees. That's what you're saying? I think we are schooled.
No, that's what
I mean. That's what I mean, Rayon.
Yeah, because I think the human spirit in its natural form is a very curious spirit, which we want to try.
I get philosophy.
I'm not trying to
I mean,
anyways, so what I was saying is that, boom, we are schooled to become employees, but you are very unconventional because your tats alone, you can't get no job already. So I want to know, is it that in your future plans for Fr3sh Panda, for Skunk Nation, do you see yourself having like an office space where you're employing people out of you and you take and they're coming in and there's a session on cars and engine and all them things?
Well,
Big building.
Let me tell you. I believe in taking one day at a time. Easy me. Literally have tattoos on me, so like you said, I never can get a job so easy. So I kind of choose my role already. Being a business owner, it have its challenges, but the perks to it is seeing the people around me, being able to provide for them families. So that is one aspect of it to push me.
Beautiful.
So you're employing?
Yeah, I employ. I employ about, I'd say about 12 people.
Nice.
Yeah. And I have a good team. When I tell you, I have Skrilla as my partner, where I tell you, him hold down this place.
Okay. So I've always held the idea as exactly what you said. The system currently as it is flawed. Because if they were supposed to put Nick Lou now, as in just bare bones, how they love to describe people into I'm saying him have tattoos, him not have no CXC, nothing. Then we tell us that this is an unsuccessful
This is a
man.
failure.
That is what them teach us. But obviously you're defeating.
The same the way they continue that kind of mindset. It's like when you look at like the career days, like so for instance, Burns and I went to the same high school. I'd say I'm a fairly successful creative. But for career day, they're not going to, for other reasons, because I'm very outspoken, they're not going to invite me to the school to talk to them and say, listen, I write ads, I work in film, and I'm making it.
Yeah.
So fuck the chemistry, fuck the bio. You know,
So
them not gonna invite this man to a school to say, listen, this is what I am doing.
Yeah.
Because immediately you're gonna plant, and that's what should happen now. At
absolutely.
15, 16, 17, somebody's supposed to plant some kind of seed in your head. We say, guess what? These are the possibilities.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us end up doing not our first passion, not our second passion, but probably
Not our passion at all.
Not something not our passion at all.
Yeah,
Parents' passion and something there.
that's what I'm saying. Like the image that they describe to us is flawed because you're like we're and like I said, I hate to get political and take over your role as a philosopher, but they try to tell us that this is how you are supposed to be. This is the only way that you can be successful, and I think that's ridiculous. The way I think it should be, like from day one, we are taught basic skills. Like there are so many things. You ever realize how many things about adulthood that you don't know? Like I never know, say, they're outside of the money that I make at the hospital. I have to file separately because my extra income takes me above a certain threshold, and I only find out about that when the government send me letter and all of that. Like they don't teach us about all of them. Them teach us about Alexander Bustamante and them don't tell you about Cora Garden, but them tell you about everything else except telling. And what I think they need to do is I think the way to go is one. I think PEP is actually a step in the right direction. It's teaching people how to think. Because firstly, that's what we need to know. We need to learn how to think and not just how to be workers. Because we go to school, we do classwork, we go home, we have homework, come back, we have a test. All they're teaching us to do is be workers. And I feel like they need to engage, and I feel like education needs to be aimed towards engaging your mind and your passions more. Because that is how you're going to get the most out of people. Like, look at this man. Look at this bum. Hey, look at this man. Right?
But I think this is the best. I think this is the best remedy for it. Like people who are in a position to do what they want. Because Nick is living his life. So he's an example to a lot of people. He's employing. I give him say 10 to 12 people. That's this man who's now of CXC Math and now CXC English, contributing to the well-being of 12
other people. Exactly that. Right?
And 12 other people are more than 12 people.
More than 12 people.
Yeah, because 12 people are for them people.
Right, dog.
So ultimately, the reason that I said that, Nick, is because you have a career. Right, and your career.
You make Kara look good.
You make Kara look good, and there's a science to it because I can get up and wrap a car. Right, so people need to understand that what is in these books and delineated as your career path and only meaningful: doctor, lawyer, teacher, this. Wrapping cars, Fr3sh Panda, all of these things.
I want to say something, especially to the younger people that probably viewing. That I never. I wanted to go into like IT, you know, when I finished school, but things that happened to the family, I never get a chance to go. Right. I was like I tell you, we're doing this car thing, so there was no official vision for it. But sometimes, like I tell you, things in life just turn out the right way. Like doing interviews and stuff like this, and you know, quote unquote, inspiring the younger ones too. So basically, what I'm saying is, I am not the typical run of the mill like you say, oh, I want to be a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant for argument's sake. But I try to cut and show the younger generation, say, boy, you see, if you have a structured plan, you put your mind to it, you put in the hard work, and you know, so you can overcome all that talk. You get where I'm coming from? Because I don't feel no different walking around my people them ways, them no marketing for argument's sake. I don't feel no different than a man who go UTech or UE for argument's sake.
I think you touched on an important point because there's also, you were saying, okay, fuck the main school banking education system and whatever, and people can be whatever. But a lot of young people now, I find, that people who are younger than us, like they see you, they see the market, they see the creatives, they see the other people who are making it, and they actually think it's way easier. It takes work. In fact, it takes more work.
No, what I will say is, let me not cut you. What I'll say is, if you get the opportunity to go to school, you have to still go to school. You have to still learn. You have to still get all of the basic knowledge that the school give you. Because that is how you're going to develop common sense and know how to hone certain things. People skills. Because, bro, I mean, having this, it still take maths. It still take English. You understand? It still take common sense. It still take chemistry.
Time and
because you need chemistry for mix the formula for the form.
That's what
you
I'm
understand?
saying. It's a sign.
Right. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is you don't have to stick to the conventional, okay, I'm going to finish school and do what I was taught to do. You can follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Because to me right now, I don't really consider this a job. I get up every day and somebody will link me and say, yo, them want to do over them cars. It's just like a vibe, bro. It's like, when me and Skrilla there, and I say, Skrilla, what am I going to do to them rim today, or what am I going to do to them wheeler, or what color we're going to put this car in, you know? It's like a canvas.
Yeah.
Just artwork, you know?
Love it.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah, man.
It's like as you say, there are merits to the school system, yes, because you need to learn.
Yeah.
A lot of merits, bro.
A lot of merits, right? But I think the key thing is one, the hard work.
Yeah.
Like people will say, yo, Nick Lou, all him do, I set up some car and him good.
Yeah.
That one, and they think that's it. They think that's it.
Yeah.
That
So,
ain't it. That ain't it.
There are certain things that need
Discipline.
to be cultured. Discipline.
Because if Nick Lou make money off of one car for wrapping car, and instead of money go splurge it. He not got no money buy any more wrap.
And that boils back to structure.
So discipline.
Yeah.
One. Two, people need to learn how to culture their passions.
Yeah.
So like, for example, I think I said this before in a previous episode. If you as a man realize, say, you like carpentry and woodwork, then it becomes the responsibility of
Like what,
the education
carpentry?
system.
Carpentry, yeah.
Carpentry.
I thought you said carpentry.
No, carpentry. Even carpentry.
Carpentry me here to sing.
Maybe mistake, but carpentry is what I meant. Then I think
play back the video, we listen for carpentry. Him say, that me here.
Probably say carpentry still, but carpentry, if that's your passion, then I think it then becomes the responsibility of the education system to teach you one, new developments they have in it, how to discover these new developments, how to stay abreast of it, how to manage a business if you want to turn your passion into a business. I think that is what we need to start focusing on.
And the thing is, I reached to this level now where I kind of understand certain things about the car thing, and like I tell you, I have my YouTube channel, which so I do a lot of marketing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to do like an online marketing course because at the end of the day, I can't just modify the car, I have to modify myself as well.
Exactly. I like that.
Pull that up. Pull it up.
So on that note, crowd of people, on that note, what I'm going to say is, I'm going to sum up all of that like a conversation that we just happened with Douglas. I get very passionate. Yo.
What me have the history for? What me have the history for 5 years? For 5 years.
Easy.
If we don't want the TD, don't make me the TD. We don't want the TD.
True. On that note, crowd of people, what I'm going to say is follow your passion, invest in your passion. We now say stop gas school. Gas school. First of all, have a passion. Follow that passion. Invest in that passion. Remember, you have to put in the work as well. Crowd of people, we had a very wonderful conversation with Nick Lou today, and me learn a lot. You understand me forward from, even though I know a little bit already. You understand me sure Rayan learned some stuff. You understand? You know, me sure things learn something. Doug definitely learned a lot. You understand me forward from? Me sure him now go floor him car go hill again with 10 people in there. You understand me forward from?
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Lou, modifying cars, modifying people, and modifying himself. Fireful.
guys, because things feel like him on the punchline. Close up the show. Usually, we have someone who say, all right, what you say, and what we close up. I don't understand because it's like,
you could wait for the punchline. You could wait and say, Ray, and what are your final words?
and then, like,
so we could do that again.
Wait, I don't want to close it out to big up my sponsor.
No.
We don't hear your final words. You last of a talk, and then him can
so we're say the last thing, and then all of us say fireful.
Okay.
Yeah, cool, man.
All right. Boy, you all know
So you can all right. So you can ask with final words then.
Yeah. So
What that is my final words. So those were my final words. Dougie, what are your final words?
Ensure you join us online. Because we need
to the crowd of people that I want to hear my look on the paper.
I think I've said. I think I've said exactly what obviously my burning passion is. But specifically.
Not for the TD.
What? No, man. No, the TD. But specific to you, I think it's important to anybody to, one, have the core principle of discipline and hard work embedded in you, and once you have that, you can turn anything into a success, and you can fuel your passion. You can fuel your life through your passion, just through the discipline and the hard work.
You can make a car look pretty, yeah.
Ryan, final words?
I'm gonna take someone from Mikey Bennett from the 1998 Reggae Boys World Cup song.
Because you wouldn't be Ryan if you didn't.
Fuck you, dog. When I say the world is for your taking, you know, you just have to get up and do what you have to do. And based on the conversation we have had here, I think it wasn't any, let's say, level of privilege or nothing that, you know, gave Nick what he has. It's him just get up and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my final words is your car, the passion that you have for it, it's reflected right here at Fr3sh Panda. If you want to get closer to your car, if you want to develop that relationship with your car, this is the man right here. This is the place to be. And more importantly is that, listen, if you're passionate about anything, once you put some discipline and hard work behind it, you will be successful. Nick, final words?
So, you know, you have to big up the entire ShopTalk crew. Big up Ryan, Kingsley, Douglas, Burns, Tajna for inviting us on board. Darkwing, you don't know. I can't be possible. This would never be possible without my sponsors. So big up to Amsoil, Motor Lubes team, the Miracle Corp team. They're the ones that lock Falcon Tires, VP Racing Fuel, just to name a few. And big up to Monster. You see me? Monster came on board with us earlier this year, so we're energized by Monster. So big up to Monster. We're fueled by Grab and Go. So anytime we need to do any road trips with the vlogging, big up to Grab and Go. You guys fuel us. And we're financed by Dollar Financial. So if you need a loan, you link up Dollar Financial.
All right. So there you have it, guys. Nick Lowe, modifying cars, modifying people, modifying himself. Fireful!